God planted this church in 2014 with a very specific goal of coming in and watching God break up the hard ground here in New England. And we've watched Him do that over the years. I'm excited about where we are now, and I am so stoked about what God has ahead for us. The Calvary Chapel movement has this goal of going and spreading the gospel. What they do is they send out church planting teams, and my wife Grace and I came out here. God had us link arms with this group of believers from Calvary Chapel, Las Vegas, and they came here with the explicit goal of planting a fresh work here in New Hampshire. And they did that in Great Bay Calvary, and we came out knowing that, man, God had to be in this. Honestly, the evidence from 2014 till now has been that we see God has not only planted this church with deep roots, but God is growing our church. Man, we just want to see Jesus made famous. That's the DNA of who we are, is that it's not about us and it's not about the church down the road, but it is about God's church. And our heart is to not grow much past 400. Why? Because at 300, you guys, we're going to be looking at, Lord, where do you have us to go next? I want to be a church that is ready and willing to leave our comfort zones and to go out and take new ground and see what God might do in different areas, to go wake up the dead that maybe will not ever touch base here in Dover, New Hampshire, to come into this church body. Cool, let's go and meet them there.
Holy Spirit, awaken, revival within. Awaken me.
And so with that said, our goal, our heart, our DNA of this whole thing of planting churches, we're like, man, Lord, what does that look like and how do we do it? And to be perfectly honest, we had no idea. So we got away and we were there as a board and we were talking this through, and the thing that the Lord gave us was that if there's a group or an organization that we can link arms with and see God move and maybe provide some resources or especially some expertise and some knowledge on this, then we would be open to see what the Lord might have there. And as it is, Calvary Chapel Las Vegas has recently changed their name to Awaken Las Vegas, and their DNA, their heart is very much the same. And so they changed their name to fall in line more with the mission. And the mission that God's given them is Ephesians 5:14, to wake up, O sleeper.
Your love overcomes all my fears in the end. Holy Spirit, awaken, revival within.
There are too many churches that are just asleep, going through the motions, doing their things, but we want more. We want to see what God has for us here in this community. And so we want to wake up, and our job is to go out into the world and wake up the dead. And the exciting part about all this is that they've asked us to be the hub for New England. So in order to accomplish the mission that God's laid on our heart, to be a church that plants churches, we are aligning with the Awaken Church movement as Awaken Great Bay. And so our model, you guys, is that we as Awaken Great Bay are going to be a hub to raise people up and to send them out. Regardless of a name, regardless of an affiliation, none of that should matter. What really matters is that our heart is, and it should never get away from, what Jesus has called every Christian to. Going out into the world, telling people about Him and living our lives for Him. That's our heart. That's what we want to do. And if we do that through church planting, or if we do that through discipling, or if we do that through whatever model that we have available to us scripturally, we want to take it and we want to grab it and we want you to dive in and be a part of it. You guys, it is my privilege to be the pastor of this local body of believers, and I am so excited about all the stuff that God has done over the past few years, and I am more than excited about what God is doing right now. And man, I cannot even get my head around. I'm so stoked about what God has got for us in the future. Planted churches and God just growing and being made famous all here in the Seacoast. And so let's go, Awaken Great Bay, and let's go wake up the dead.